Well, the second pillar of our constitutional system is human rights. And we have that comprehensive list. As I have already mentioned, they were brought to the constitutional test in order to promote the transformational process in the social realm. They will encompass explicit, implicit, future human rights, liberty rights, socio-economic rights. And the final feature in our human rights system is the fact that we have the immediate application clause. So we have a clause in Article 5 which says that all the human rights are granted immediate application. This is not an unusual clause. You have other constitutions just like the Brazilian one with the same clause. But in Brazil, the reaction to a historic understanding that human rights might be merely programmatic was to read the immediate application clause as immediate efficacy. And the differentiation will be not only that the clause should be enforced, but enforced in the most effective potential possible. So this was the speech in academia for many, many years. And this brought a lot of tension to the system, because if you have more than 70 human rights, all of them provided with immediate efficacy, surely there would be conflicting human rights. And we have a lot of them. So our constitutional text, for instance, grants the right to an adequate natural environment, and also a right to an adequate artificial environment. So they are thinking about my city, for instance, Rio de Janeiro, in which these things will be colliding all the time. We have a lot of discussions and class actions involving the challenges or the threats to the natural ambience or to the urban ambience. So this immediate application clause was means to accelerate the transformational process. It was rapidly reinterpreted as I have already mentioned. A final touch linking both of the components. If you have immediate application clause and independent judiciary, this will lead to exponential judicialization, because everybody thinks that they are entitled to immediate application of a right to housing, of a right to transportation, of a right to feeding. And if you do not have it, you can go to the judge and ask for this. So we have more than 2,000 million lawsuits. 2,000 million. Last time I mentioned that number to a foreign audience, people thought they were lost in translation. And I had to write the zeros. 2
billion.
Yeah.
2 billion.
No, sorry, now I'm lost in translation. So 200 millions. Still a huge number. Still a huge number. It will be almost, no, not it's easy. No, yeah, it's not that bad. So we have almost one lawsuit per habitant, something like this. Well, the Constitutional Court, the last number, and now I'm going to try to mention it right, the last number I have was that the Constitutional Court will receive about 12,000 new lawsuits per year. 12,000 new lawsuits per year. So it will be a little bit more than 1,000 new lawsuits per justice per year. Well, these are the numbers.
Can they take on board?
Well, yeah. We are trying to develop a new system in which the decision in one, we do not have a presidential system just like in the US. but we are trying to build something similar to this. So we have new procedural mechanisms throughout which one decision could bring solution to more lawsuits. But there's a huge gap between the new lawsuits and the real decisions. This is a chronicle problem. Yeah, we've had an attempt to a parliamentary system in mid-60s, but in fact it was not due to a belief that this would be better, but as a reaction, as an attempt to constrain the president at the time. Because we have a president, Jânio Quadros, who have renounced.
Only one.
Yeah, renouncing only one, but we had two with the impeachment. So this is a landmark.
Does any South American country have a parliamentary system?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. So we have that attempt in the mid-60s, and during the discussion in the National Constituent Assembly, this was a possibility. And at the time, the conservative forces says, no, this is not a good idea. This is not our background, historical background. We should not do this. And we fell into hyper-presidentialism again.